we are going to be printing with our styrofoam. You created a drawing on this styrofoam, piece of styrofoam, and you traced your drawing onto the styrofoam once. Then you went back with your ballpoint pen and traced your drawing again. So make sure at this point that you have traced that drawing 2 times on your styrofoam and you've pushed nice and firm on that so it digs down into the styrofoam. That's important. The supplies that you're going to need today is we're going to be using these clear trays for our ink. You're going to need a clear tray. You're going to need ink. And just so you know, you're going to share this tray with the person sitting next to you. So that'll work out great. You can both share that. For the ink, we're using black ink today, and you're going to go ahead and squeeze that ink out just like toothpaste, like you're putting toothpaste on your toothbrush, onto the clear container. What's great about these is you are going to be using your brayer. This is called a brayer. It looks like a roller. It is a roller, but we call it a brayer. You are going to take your brayer and you are going to roll that ink back and forth. And you might be noticing I'm holding on to this container because it wants to move on you. Just go ahead and kind of hold on to that. You're going to rub this back and forth, keeping the ink right there in the center. And you are going to rub until you hear a sticky sound. That's the sound we're listening for, and that's going to tell us that the ink is ready. Once that ink is ready, you are going to go ahead and roll the ink onto the styrofoam. And you're going to notice I want to get the edges all the way to the edges, and I want a nice coating of ink. I may have to come back and get more ink on my brayer, and I want to get a nice coating all the way around. You might also be noticing that you can still see my drawing. That's good. You want to see that because that's showing me that the ink has not gone down into my drawing, that my drawing was deep enough. So once I've got my ink completely covering the styrofoam, I'm going to set my ink aside. I'm going to set this aside, and actually I'm going to put this right in the middle here. If you have any ink on your table, you're going to want to go ahead and get that wiped off. I used my fingers, but you're going to want to use a wipey or a paper towel. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this right here, and I'm simply going to center my paper and drop that straight down. Notice I didn't pick up the styrofoam. I put the paper right on top of the styrofoam. And you want to use your hands and rub all around. You also can use a clean brayer, and you can rub that clean brayer over that paper, making sure you're pushing down firmly. What we want to do is we want that image to completely transfer. You're going to turn this over. You may want to give it a few more rubs. Then what you're going to do is you are going to peel the styrofoam off. And you can see that left me with a gorgeous, gorgeous print. For this project, once you get a good print, you're going to put it on the drying rack and you can stop. You can throw this away. We don't need the styrofoam anymore. If you have a print that you think isn't so great, I would like you to go ahead and get another paper and reprint, and you can reprint that as many times as you need to get a good one. Sometimes things that happen, if it doesn't turn out nice and dark, maybe it's because you didn't have enough ink, or maybe you had too much ink, depending on the situation. And I'll go around and I'll be helping you with that. So have a great time doing your printmaking today.